watching Pony's offense in this clip, and they do a lot of similar setups to us. They just are a little more complicated or maybe a little more creative with their offensive sets. And I think this is the goal for the future for us, is to kind of evolve from simple flood threes and diamond twos to some of the things that we start seeing out of Pony's offense. So here we've got a 3 on the left, 1, 2, 3, and then there's a flat 2 over here. They're throwing this swing, so this swing is going off, and the swing is what triggers the flood 3. So after the swing happens, you'll see the bottom 2 come across, and you'll see the top drop in. And the top has to do some problem solving because his person jumps on him. You can see that the swing inspires the top of the defense to just come down hard on the top of the 3. And it's really nice the way the top here, he just gets his defender on his back. You can see he just like does the little footwork turn, get that defender on your back, and then keep him on your back. See how he takes just a couple steps here to box him out. So gets him on his back, takes a couple steps in order to make sure that he stays boxed out, and then he releases down, and this is just wide open. So that's just a flood 3 that is initiated, that is triggered by a swing over here. And then it's also just a really good example of a cutter who is thinking about what's going on and not just going through the motions. Get that defender on your back, seal them with a little horizontal move, and then release for the easy undercatch. Another clip of Pony offense here. Again, we got a flat 2 is going to be on the right, and then a vertical 3 is on the left. So all 3 on the sideline, flat 2 on the right. And in this scenario, you're going to see the bottom of the 3 sweep across. I really like this play, and I want to be able to call it all the time. So bottom of the 3 sweeps across. It's not going to turn into what I'm hoping to see from us. What I would hope to see from us is that as this throw happens, that will trigger a diamond cut on top of that person, so that we can get a big old horizontal slash across. We can throw it to them. This big old sweep will then trigger a diamond cut on top of them. That's not what Pony does here. We'll see that 4 just goes all the way out of the frame, running all the way downfield. Here we got the sweeper. He's coming across. At this point, we don't have a pairs cut set up. We've just somehow left number 44 in isolation. Number 4 is still way off to the right on your screen. And as this comes, now we've got 4 1v1 in 44 here, 1v1 in space. But you got to remember, there's a couple people off to the right here. So the deep threat's not super threatening, but I think Pony does a good job of just finding that next throw right there on the break side as the force middle force rotates over. Boom. So that's good offense. I'm not sure that I'll ever call that exact play, but the idea is similar to things that we want to be doing. This is a nice wrinkle to the last clip we just saw, and it's one that I'm for sure planning on using us. So we got 2 on the right this time. We've got 3 over here on the sideline. And we're going to see the same idea. So the base idea that we will be using is that a sweeper will come across, and as this throw comes, that will trigger some kind of diamond cut on top of that sweep. But this is a counter to that action. So this is a counter to that basic action. You'll see the sweeper is coming, 82, turns, and he starts sweeping, and then he breaks it down, and he just comes back across. So this defender saw the sweep. He's seen the sweep in previous plays. That kind of sets him up to be afraid of sweeping across. And then we just get a wide open here. Boom. So now what should happen? When you see a thrower catch the disc and you have 2 people right on top of the thrower, what should be going through your mind? It would be a great idea if we set up a diamond cut here, especially since they're vertically stacked. If this guy could step into the lane and go deep, this guy could kind of set up his defender and then come under off of this action. And you can see that that's what they do. So 34 steps into his person horizontally, puts a foot in the ground. You can see right foot in the ground and goes. And then 44, he realizes he's got some space, so he's just going to take it. And there it is. Bang. And now we've got 34 in another spot to continue cutting if we want. But that's a really good idea. So now we have the ability to run a diamond cut on either side. So imagine this becomes a very dynamic play. So if 82 goes across and we throw there, we can get a diamond cut over here as that looks like that. If 82 decides to come back, you can get a diamond cut over here as it looks like that. And so now when you have two options, when you can say, okay, we're ready to attack on the right hand side or the left hand side, and we're going to let number 82 make a decision, and we're going to let our center handler figure out which way he's going, that makes it really hard for the defense to build themselves. It gets really easy to build a defense when you know exactly which side it is the play is going to come from and exactly what the play is going to be. But when an offense comes out and they've got two ideas ready to go, all of a sudden you got to play defense a little more honest, and you got to play defense a little more 1v1, and that just makes it a lot harder to defend. This is a pairs cut that I want to look at. So ponies pulling a side stack on the left-hand side. They got all 5 of their cutters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, setting up on the left. And they got their first 2 cutters, they stepping in. So you can see they're horizontally aligned, 1, 2. This is a really good opportunity for a pairs cut. And they're going to do the basic set, the one that you kind of expect anytime you see 2 cutters in a horizontally close to each other on top of the disc. So this guy's just going to kind of step and go across, and then from here, the deep cutter is going to pull 2 defenders, and that's going to give this person space to get open on an undercut. So you can see that this first person goes, look at that, look at how he puts that right foot in the ground, boom, right foot in the ground, and then he pushes off deep, and then here comes the undercut off of that action. You can see how 2 defenders are going with this deep guy. There's actually a 3rd defender who gets involved, and he's trying to guard 31 here. But 31 is still able to get open off of this pairs cut idea. Boom, and he has some space when he catches it. So just a really clean and simple pairs cutting look here. We're going to have the same thing that we've seen in a previous clip happen here. So we've got 2 on the right this time, 1, 2 vertically stacked, and we've got 3 over here on the left, 1, 2, 3. And it's going to look a lot like the sweep that we've looked at before. So from the bottom of the stack, they're going to sweep across. And hypothetically, this sweep could go all the way, and if they threw it there, it would be possible to when that swing happens, to then have some kind of diamond cut get set up on top of the swing. So this sweep could trigger a diamond on the right hand side here, but that's not what happens. This is just like a previous clip we've looked at, where the bottom sweeps and then comes back, and they're going to throw this to them there, and then you'll see that the 2 here are going to build a diamond cut on top of that action. So here comes the bottom sweeper, engages that defender, kind of gets them to turn their hips and open up, and then they fire it in there, and then on top of them, you've got 2 cutters, 1, 2, vertically stacked, and these guys are just, at this point, they're in the point of the diamond where they're just turning it out. So the bottom guy's going deep, and this top guy's coming back under, and they're going to make some action there. So they don't get it open there, but they're trying to build that, and then 4 is going to have space to sweep across if he wants. It's just that Revolver is bringing a lot of defenders in. So Revolver's bringing a lot of defenders to challenge this space. They realize, okay, this is the space that Pony is trying to create, and we're going to go fill it with some off defenders. But the idea is there, the sweep to the check back, and then build something on top of that check back. Here's another clip. So building a 2 on the left and a 3 on the right this time. So here's your 2, 1, 2, and here's your 3 on the right. They're running the basic idea is the flood 3 concept, where these 2 are going to go, and then this guy will come under, but that's not what they end up running here. So this is a counter to that basic idea. So the 2 are flooding under, and then this guy is going to basically fake the flood and go deep. And it does look like he gets open to me. So as the bottom 2 sweep across, the top of the 3, you can watch him come through. takes a hard step at that under, and then turns that hard step into his move deep. And it looks like he's got his defender beat here, and he's got his head down, he's got momentum. It's just that over here, Revolver's got a nice poach, a nice sag set up to inhibit the thrower throwing this huck. But there's the idea is that every flood 3 doesn't need to come under. We can send flood 3s deep. And I think we've done this a couple times at practice, and it's worked really well. But here's an example on film of people using it.